Hi guys, it's Chef Eva once again. I want to dig down into the kitchen equipment videos. Last time I showed you a number of equipment that I must have in any kitchen that will make your work easier, more efficient, and very fast. The equipment I want to feature today, which I featured in the previous video, but I want to dial it down because it has very many uses. Last time I showed you how it shreds cabbage. I want to show you how it sheds different things, because last time I only mentioned them but I didn't actually do it. So we're going to do a few vegetables. So as you can see, professionally it's called a mandolin, but of course for simple language it's called a vegetable slicer. Many of you may have seen it. It's being advertised a lot in the market. It has various uses, very easy to use. It makes your work easier. Today I want to make a vegetable salad and I'm going to use tomatoes. Now if you want to slice your tomatoes with a mandolin, you might have to make sure your tomato is firm. Okay, you want to make sure your tomato is firm so that you're not having the slicer finding it difficult to either slice it, or you end up chopping your fingers, or you end up mashing them. Although if you're going to use them for stew, then it doesn't matter, you can mash them, but watch out for your fingers. You don't want to slice your fingers. Okay, so those are the other vegetable is an onion. I'm going to make a kachumbari. Kenyans are very familiar with that word, so I'm going to make a kachumbari and I'm going to use onions and tomatoes. So I'm going to show you how the mandolin helps you shred the onions and the tomatoes, and then I'm going to make chips for myself. So definitely I'm going to show you how to use the mandolin to make chips or french fries. I'm going to show you both, but I prefer chips. I prefer larger potatoes because when you're frying the larger potatoes, they tend to take less oil as opposed to the french fries. They tend to drink in a lot of oil. I'm a health freak. I like keeping fit. Can't help it. Okay, so on to our salad. Remember I showed you this knob that you use to adjust. You need to adjust it to the levels that you want. I want to start with the salad since the machine is still clean and the salad is going to be eaten raw. I prefer to start with them because the french fries and the potatoes, I'm gonna wash them and cook them, so I don't need to worry about the machine either being dirty and clean. It actually won't be dirty from soil, it will just be dirt from the salad. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the onion. So as you can see, I've toned down my mandolin into a very thin slice. I want you to be able to see. Okay, so with your onion half slice so that it's easy to hold, you can do this. Okay, don't slice the whole onion because you're going to chop your fingers, so you just need enough. I'm making a salad for one. This is lunch. So as you can see, the potatoes are there, very thinly sliced. I'm actually crying from the potatoes. Oh my god. Okay, now I want tomatoes. I might want them thin or slightly larger. Let me try and see. Okay, I think the thin ones are becoming an issue, so I'm gonna do okay, there we go. I'm gonna do slightly larger ones. Tomatoes are a little difficult because they tend to mash up. Okay, but another option is to do it by hands, but the onions, this is easier. You will cry less. Okay, as usual, don't move to the last bit of the tomato. You're going to cut your fingers. You just want the tomato, you want it sliced, but you don't want to chop your fingers. Okay, the mandolin is very sharp, and that is why it can slice tomatoes. Those tomatoes are very good with sharp knives, and the mandolin is very sharp, so that's why you don't do it to the last edges. You're gonna chop your fingers. Okay, as you can see, my salad is ready. I'm just gonna mix it up. I'm gonna add the flavors later. I'm gonna add salt and vinegar and a little bit of honey or sugar to sweeten it a little, though you don't even need. With salt and your kachumbari is ready. You can see how easy the mandolin makes work in the kitchen be. So we're gonna move on to the potatoes. Now you understand why I started with the salad, because I'm gonna eat my salad, so I need it clean. And now because the potatoes, I'm gonna wash them, I don't need to worry about taking them. So I don't need to worry about washing the machine because I'm gonna wash the potatoes. It's okay, and it's not like it's dirt. This is just onion and tomato that I've chopped here. So here you go. So you have these two sides. This is for the French fries, and so if you want to do French fries, you can either use the potato from the longer side, so you just go like that. As I mentioned earlier, watch out for your fingers. Okay. So as you can see, these are French fries. They are thin, very tiny. You know, they cook fast, but because they're very tiny, they tend to soak in a lot of oil. So that's why I don't like them. So I'm gonna do chips. Okay, so that's more my favorite. And the mandolin has a handle. Let me show you how it. Okay, so this is how the handle looks like. So sometimes, especially for potatoes, you can't do that for tomatoes because tomatoes are tricky, and you especially if you're cutting them for salad, you might want to hold more delicately, but potatoes are okay. So you can do this. You can use the handle and you go down like that. Bring your potato back up and you go down like that. Okay. Okay, so the handle helps quite a lot, so you don't need to chop yourself. And then the last bit, you can either do it by hand, but be very careful because you can easily chop your fingers. You can very easily chop your fingers. Okay. Very easily chop your fingers. Okay, but be very careful. Okay, so this helps so that you don't need to slice your fingers. You don't want to slice your fingers. We are not using this equipment so that we can slice your fingers. We are using it so that we can. Then what you do, this can also work so that you finish the last edge. It's easier that way as opposed to forcing it with this. Okay, as you can see, I got my chips. I still have more potatoes left. I love chips. I tell you, this could be the death of me sometimes. But I try to eat it once in a while so that it's not every day. Otherwise, I tell you, I would be worried about weight issues, which is what I am trying to avoid. Okay? So this last bit, you cut it like that. And you're good to go. You see? This is a nice portion of chips. Easily done. Okay, so I'm gonna dip them in oil and they'll be ready for my lunch. Okay, so as you can see, a mandolin is very useful. Okay, I already showed you how you can use it to slice cabbages when you're cooking cabbages. You can also use them to slice or cut carrots, do whatever shape you want. In fact, carrots are very easy because they are hard. The harder the vegetable, the easier it is to use it on a mandolin. But you can do as many vegetables as you want. That's how handy this vegetable slicer is. Okay, so watch out for my next video on kitchen utensils. If you're interested in learning more about kitchen utensils, watch out. I posted a video on the kitchen utensils. Watch out for the number. There are 8 kitchen utensils that are must have. You can start having them in your kitchen if you don't have them. So we're gonna be going through each individual one and show you how it can be of help in your kitchen. Okay, so this has been Chef Eva for you. Really trying to make your work in the kitchen very easy. Okay? Alright. So let's meet in our next video. Ciao for now. Kindly share, subscribe, so that you can get the next video on the next kitchen equipment. It's been nice. Ciao!